Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to my live stream. Great to be back. Welcome everyone. Welcome to my cactus gardening live stream, all kinds of gardening. But also we do what we want. We won't put a category on us on what we do. We are just doing what's fun. So I have a lot of cactus flowers here. Hey, good morning, Pear. Great to see you. Hope everything's okay. I have changed the spot here. I'm at a different spot now, a little bit further in the forest. And everything's still new. I have no idea if this will work or not. We will just experiment until we have found the perfect set. Earlier today, I felt like I might actually clear the area in front of the greenhouse to put it there. Hey, good morning, Andrea. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Yeah, we will see, okay? I'm closer to neighbors on the other side. I'm not sure if I'm bothering them with my loud with my loud screaming around and that kind of thing. But we will see. Also, I had to remove a little bit of marten poo that was right besides the desk. At this spot here, this is really where they live. Gotta keep everything clean here. Otherwise, they will completely destroy the desk. Hey Remo, good morning. Also everyone else, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for being here. Have a lot of good stuff today. Check out the flowers again. So this one here is that hybrid by Markus Fagerer. Yeah. And beautiful flower. Incredibly beautiful flower. So intense. The golden center is so intense. This is a good hybrid. And yeah, I have all the other plants here. And I will have to bring stuff one by one. Everything's still totally chaotic at the new set. I don't have the kind of stuff that I usually have. Okay. Yeah. So I would say we will discuss the flowers today. Again, this one here, one of the best ones that I had, hybrid by Markus Fagerer, and I want to collect pollen from it. Also want to record a few videos and that kind of thing. I'm trying to clear the desk a little bit to give me a spot to work, so I can work a little. By the way, can you pick up the buzzing behind me? They are like the bees are all over the trees, the flowering trees here. Okay. So here's a lobevia that's flowering today, and the flower is good. Might actually keep it. This one here. This one here. Lobevia hybrid Dessau. This is a classic hybrid. Can see the intensity of and the contrast of that flower. It's a really strong one. Hartmut Kellner is the breeder. We will discuss that later, but it's flowering again too. Then this one here. Also Hartmut Kellner, I think. Hybrid called Muldestern. And we will also remove the oxalis. Check it out. Oxalis is a nightmare fuel kind of weed. When you touch them, have a look at this. When you touch them, they are catapulting seeds. Now they are, of course, now they are not doing it, but they can really catapult the seeds throughout the garden. There. They are basically shooting the seeds into other pots. It's really bad kind of weed. We will remove that later. Then we have this one here. A little bit smaller than what I wanted to have. I will try to find the label. When I picked that up earlier, I completely dumped the pot. So yeah, I'm already glad that I have them all in one pot again. So let me get my stuff, okay? Definitely want to collect pollen here. At some point I might have to get more pollen bags. Pollen bags, that kind of thing. And when that happens, I will just let the live stream run, okay? Did you try horizontal view with the phone? I tried and I considered doing it right now. But I had the feeling that when I did the horizontal stream, they were not showing it like in the algorithm the way they are showing this. So I'm considering it because this kind of work would be good with a horizontal camera, you know. But it like every time I tried it, it wasn't really successful. That's why I stayed with this one. Yeah. Also can be good to show flowers, but I would do it in horizontal too. No problemo. We could do that. Maybe we're trying it out again next time. I mean, now from the beginning, I probably doesn't make sense to do it now, but maybe next time I'm doing it from the beginning and then I have something to compare, you know? I still remember when I did it, like the video had like a tiny amount of views compared to the other one. Yeah, that's true. Of course I will get more on the screen. I'm always torn in between the two. So yeah, I need a few more bags of these. I want to fill them all up. So I will get a few more of them. And on the way back, I will also bring other stuff that we need, like the plants that I have. I have a lot of stuff in tubs now, in boxes, plastic boxes, and I will bring them with me. So give me a second, okay? Okay, I'm back. So, I have a few more flowers that I wanted to bring in. So this is the one from yesterday again. Leptacantha, really interesting botanical. That one will be repotted after the flowering. Okay, and this one, two sisters from the same cross. Really interesting. Check out the range between them. We will discuss them later. So here's some stuff. With the boxes, I gotta be careful that I don't forget them in the sun. Okay, so here are the paper bags that I use for the pollen, and this is for just collecting pure pollen. I hope we have enough brushes. If not, I will get me more. Later today I will buy some. I got an order, I got a book order, and we will buy some brushes from that. So thank you to the because of the order. I appreciate it. And yeah, it will go directly into stuff like coconut fiber for growing, for planting, and other stuff. No worry, I was gone too. Yeah, how's everyone going? I hope you guys have a nice day, have a nice time and all. This is going to be really chaotic. I want to clean the set here. Hey, good morning, greetings to Italy. I'm sitting in the garden and it's complicated. Also running out of brushes. I'm so glad that I can order some. This is going to be nice. Tonight we're eating. So okay, this one is really good. I mean, I really like the flowers here. This is beautiful. I've had them under the time-lapse video overnight again. So I have time-lapse of this one here and time-lapse of Bamboy that is opening right now. Bamboy is basically open. We could already get pollen, but then I would have to interrupt the time-lapse, you know? I'm not sure if I want to do that. So I want to check if there's actually pollen, and it doesn't seem like it. This looks very dry. Everything looks very dry here. And I haven't really removed any kind of pollen. They've been opening over the night, but this is bone dry. I don't think we can use that. Like anything of that pollen, it's not usable. Doesn't make sense. Like here's another flower that's opening up. And that one will open up maybe in 2 or 3 days. And that will give a little bit more pollen. Yeah, that's bad because this is one of the plants that I would have used as a fodder today. It's really good. But yeah, unfortunately, that's how it is. We will see. I really like this one. So, and the one, like the reddish one below and the other one above it, they are two sisters from the same cross, but pretty variable in regards to the color of the flower and everything. This is pretty good. Oh. Yeah, what will we do? I mean, I could collect pollen of this one. I could collect pollen of this one. Yeah, let's collect pollen of this one. Okay. Dessau just left us. Dessau just left the table, and this one's broken off. Nice. That's how it is with these Lubivia pots here. But yeah, check it out. Unfortunately, this is the end of this flower, and but we can still pollinate it. So that is, in that regard, we might actually still get a seed here, get some seeds here. What we will do, we will pollinate the stigma. At that point, you could basically take it out here. You could just remove the whole tube, including the petals and everything, and then you would have the stigma and the flower tube in the middle, the pollen tube. I will leave it now. Feel like that will protect the tube a little bit more, but we will definitely pollinate it. This has happened to me a few times, and in some cases you can actually save it. You can actually at least get some seeds out of it. But it's really annoying that it happened. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. That's how it is sometimes, especially with my problems, like with the hand problems, with the coordination problems. I'm dropping a lot. So yeah, but it happens. Maybe we can use some of the pollen here. At least we can then use it as a pollen donor, as a fodder for something else. But I need to get new brushes. I will do that today. We'll order new brushes today. Let me see. So I'm taking it out. This was making it easier to work with it. Check it out. So this is the stigma and the tube, which will transport the pollen down into the ovum. So we can still do something with it here. And this will be okay for collecting pollen. Unfortunately, this was a really nice flower. Unfortunately, this really bothers me, but I will still pollinate it. Yeah, it's still annoying. This is really bothering me. But sometimes it's not easy to move the plants for me right now. And everything here, like some of the lobevia, they are leaning over. It's not easy to work with them. But we will get it done, okay? So I want to pollinate this. Let me see. I want to pollinate it with this one here. And this one is from a hybrid cross between Lobevia winteriana and Ica Dessau and Gräsers Überraschung. Let's see if there's pollen on it. Little bit. This one has a little bit pollen. Some of the hybrids have very little pollen. It really depends on how healthy they are genetically. The more pollen, the better. Okay. So we will try to pollinate that now. This is really not very different to how it was when there were still petals around it. We need to pollinate that fast now because this might dry up faster. But if there is enough time for the pollen to get down there, then it could theoretically work because the ovum is still there. The ovum is the part that will grow into the fruit. And as long as that one is still there, a pollination can still work. I have done that, I don't know, 10 times maybe in my life. And 3 or 4 times we got a fruit. So it's not something that works all the time, but there are good chances. There's good reason to do it. Okay. Yeah, we will see if that will succeed. And this one here, by the way, this is a hybrid by Hartmut Kellner. Hartmut Kellner, German breeder. Breeder of Dessau, which is the one that fell down and was never seen again. I will bring it in later. It's okay, I think. Didn't lose the flower, so yeah, I can bring it in again. And yeah, I just want to weed this out here. Just want to get rid of the oxalis. I hate it. You are not welcome in this house, oxalis. And it's really difficult to get it out with the roots without actually uprooting everything that's in the pot. It's a very invasive kind of plant. I really don't like it in the greenhouse. It's so tough to get rid of it again. So, okay. This is the fruit, seeds. Maybe we can get it to... No, not ripe yet. This one wasn't ripe yet. But they are catapulting the seeds throughout the greenhouse from pot to pot. Just from a point of view, you gotta appreciate that kind of survival, that ability to survive, that ability to procreate, you know, like that pure willpower. But yeah, not in my pot. Thank you very much. it's taking away too much, like it's collecting too much humidity at the base. And that is exactly what I don't want to have with this kind of plant. Already had a discoloration at the base, and now this needs to be in full sun. Okay, yeah. I will need more brushes. The brushes that I have here, this isn't good enough. Later today I will order me new ones. I will order 2 packs of brushes for the new season, and I hope I will get them fast. Yeah. I will try to get makeup brushes with some sort of a synthetic fiber, something like this. Yeah, it's like the oxalis is everywhere here. I don't think there's a pot where it didn't catapult itself in. It's really hard to get rid of it completely, you know? Okay, yeah, I will try to get a few more good brushes. So give me a second, okay? And then I want to collect more pollen, and on this plant here. Also trying to find the lobevia that fell down from the table. I apologize, lobevia deso. But for the fact that it fell down, it looks actually okay. Okay, I'm back. And I brought 2 brushes loaded with pollen of bamboy. Bamboy, really good. I stopped the time-lapse videos for that. And yeah, I just want to pollinate them here. Want to pollinate what I can. Don't really have a lot of pollen, but I would just try to pollinate the flowers that are open now. This is nice. Bamboy is starting to open up, looks really great. Amazing plant. Absolutely amazing. So, and I want to pollinate this one with bamboy too. Nice. Okay. So I will be disinfecting brushes in between. Trying to collect a little bit of pollen from that now. Oh yeah, Andrea, I remember about Mr. Tips. Or Mrs. Tips. I apologize, Mrs. Tips. I hope she's okay. I hope she's having a good time. That's very nice of you to rescue her. I'm sure it's a lot safer in your home than it is when it's walking out in the streets. It's a dangerous life for them. So I'm always glad when I hear about people that have them at home. These here have a nice scent. This is really beautiful scent. Very, very strong. And that's something that doesn't happen so often. Also have a flowering robinia tree right above me. And that one has a nice scent too. So I would say tomorrow maybe we are trying out to have it horizontally. And then we will see how it goes. I want to compare it, you know? That's good to hear. Starting to really feel the pressure. I had a lot of stress in the last days. And this early morning, like it took so long to prepare everything for the live stream. I'm a mess. I'm really exhausted. Overnight, I'm filming time lapse. Then in between, always with Kami and Mika, and also doing the pollination, doing live stream and all. I've been filling up the garden this morning, like the pond, because the pond had started to get a little bit of algae. So yeah, I've been filling up the water today. And now that everything is starting to grow, there's so much greenery everywhere. We cut everything back in winter and it's like that never happened. It's like everything is gone already. The green jungle is back. Just the endless horror of the jungle, you know, like Werner Herzog kind of style. That is, every time I'm listening to that kind of video where Werner Herzog talks about the jungle, I feel connected because I know the feeling. I know the feeling when you're surrounded by thick brushes that are everywhere, coming out everywhere. Do you guys hear any of the background of the bird noises and that kind of thing? I'm not sure if the camera picks it up or not. Think in the future I'm bringing coffee and cookies for that kind of thing, you know? Like this is developing into something like coffee and cake with cacti. Coffee and cake with plants. That would be a great thing. I might actually consider that. So yeah, yesterday when I did the live stream at the other part of the garden, it was a little loud in the background. I also didn't want to have like, didn't want to constantly be in a situation where everything I see, you know, like where the neighbors are getting annoyed, you know. We're living close together, and I try my best to not yodel around on a Sunday, that kind of thing, you know. I'm very respectful. And where we're at now, this usually shouldn't bother anyone. Thank you. Yeah, next time I'm having decent cookies, I will bring them in. Maybe we will have different cookie brands that are sponsoring them. That would be nice. Good coffee. But now that it's getting hot, I'm not sure if that is a good idea. The more I think about it, the more I don't want that. The more I wanna have an energy drink. Check out how much pollen I have collected here. This is from the one flower. From Asterix here. This one, Rolf Autenried hybrid. Yeah, maybe something like that. I personally like something like malt beer, you know, like without alcohol, just the stuff that they give for children. I drink that. I really like that. I'm not really drinking anything. I always get tired when I drink normal beer. You know, it's nothing really that I enjoy. I usually have to go to sleep right away. So I'm just drinking something like with malt or root beer, you know, that kind of thing. That isn't really real beer. I like that. But I ran out. I gotta refill. Yeah, I'm not sure when I should. I can't do it time wise, you know. Like when I'm starting to bake, then I don't know when to sleep. Okay, so I collected pollen here, and I'm happy with it. Definitely a decent amount of pollen. I'm writing the name and the date. Oh, by the way, I want to say something. Today's my mom's birthday, so I want to use the chance to congratulate my mom for her birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Mom. Vielen Dank. Thank you for always supporting me, you know, when it wasn't so obvious that this is going to turn into something. I know, like, I've seen many years, you know, where it was not really something that looked like it could turn into a career of some sort, like with the cactus growing. And yeah, she always believed in me, and I appreciate that, you know. So yeah, dedicating today's live stream to my mom, who's celebrating her birthday. And she didn't really want to do something. You know, she's very humble. Life hasn't been so good. So I hope that we will get a few good birthdays to celebrate in the future, you know. I'm doing everything, like every morning I'm getting up with a burning desire to actually build something, to actually, you know, do something that allows us to have a good life. And yeah, I hope that will happen. I hope she'll be here to see that, because we're getting close. And I'm glad that she's still here, because there were many times where I didn't really feel like I was going anywhere, where I had any kind of direction in life, you know. And again, like looking back, it all made sense. But there are many cases where, yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad that I followed up with a little bit of talent, or at least dedication. The older I got, I think I always had talent. I just didn't have a good work ethic when I was younger. So yeah, happy birthday, Mom. So we have pollinated this one with bamboy, and I want to put a label on it. I brought me a stapler. What is this? Is this a stapler? Please tell me again. Pincher, hole pincher. I don't know what they are called, but I need to put a hole into the label. That is the plan right now. Putting a hole into the label so I can label the flower here. Oh no, this is a different one. So within the next days, I will clean this set up and I will build a nice background, something like that. Maybe I will move the greenhouse. Maybe I will move the desk to the greenhouse. Maybe sitting in front of the greenhouse with the greenhouse in the back. That could be a nice angle. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. She's like my mom, she's 64 now. And she's just a little older than her father when he passed away. So I'm glad that she's here, you know. Always when you look at that, I'm always worried. Wish she wouldn't smoke so much, you know. Okay. So I have I put a hole into this thing. Still don't know what it is, but I put a hole in it. And the father of this flower here is bamboy. In case I'm forgetting, bamboy. Getting a little bit of wire and then I will put it around. Very beautiful shape. Oh, there's a mosquito that's trying to go away. Isn't this rude? You know, I'm trying to not, like when a fly is flying in front of me, I usually keep my calm. I don't like to be aggressive when they are not aggressive by themselves, but when a little mosquito comes in and just tries to sting you, that's something that's really rude. And not only is it rude, but it's also, I mean, doesn't have any kind of self-preservation instincts and that kind of thing, that it gets to me like this, you know. Okay, yeah, so we have pollinated this one with bamboy now, and the other one from this week was the Telegonoides hybrid Daniela. I think there's a deer, either a deer or a dog. Yeah, it's a deer. It's a young buck. I've seen them this morning, like when I carried the desk here. Thank you. Thank you. It filtered it out, but I have read it. Okay, so the puncher, the hole puncher. Thank you. Do you hear it? It's going crazy. I think I threaten it in his masculinity. But yeah, let me know when your birthday is, and then we congratulate you, Andrea. No, they're not blooming together right now. There are 4 flowers, and the right one is relatively open now, starting to fully open, and the left one is just opening up, and the 2 on the, like, in the back, left and right, they are not open yet. So they will open up a little bit with a delay, and that will make it very good for breeding, you know. Then I can use a little bit more of the pollen. At one point it had filtered another comment out, you know. The original comment was there, but then someone wrote whole, you know, and that was filtered out. But again, it's okay. It wasn't something naughty. It was just the usual auto moderator moderating a little bit harsh, but that's okay. So yeah, here, Lubivia Dessau, and I will try to pollinate that one either with something like this here or Lubivia winteriana. Both have great potential. I will get me a little bit of this disinfectant for the brushes so I can clean them in between. I want to get them somewhat back into action within a minute or so. Give me a second. I just need a little container for the disinfectant. Okay, I'm back and I have a little bit of disinfectant for the flower, for the brush, so I can disinfect in between. What I want to do, let me see. I want to collect a little bit of pollen from Dessau, Lubivia Dessau. That is a good plant for Lubivia winteriana. Here. We would say we would collect a little bit of pollen there. Yeah, it's okay. I just wanted to let you know that it was a mistake. It made an error. It wasn't really, you know. Sometimes it means well, the auto moderator, and it's good when it's a little stricter, because sometimes when I'm walking around and can't do something, you know, then it's good when it's a little stricter. What do you use to disinfect the brushes? This is just 70% alcohol. I'm not sure how it's called. In Germany, they call it Spiritus, and it's the kind of stuff that you get for camping, you know, like for camping cookers. I don't know. Nothing really that is intended for drinking. You know, you can't drink it. It's just some sort of alcohol that disinfects the brush within just a few seconds. I put it in and clean it, and then I make sure that the brush is dry again. But yeah, it's a good way to disinfect the brushes. And later I will order a few more. I really need more brushes today. I need to order them today. It's just not working. It's no problem. You can disinfect in between, but it's just a little time consuming. Yeah, and later today I will probably order a few more things that I will need for the channel. I already put together a shopping list that I need. It is coconut fiber, sowing soil, what was it? Bird food, like sunflower seeds for the birds, and that kind of thing. I also need another lamp to light out the set, the time-lapse video. I've been trying to light out the set with a different lamp that I have, and it's really it's not flexible enough. I tried adjusting it, you know, to have the perfect kind of angle for the light in the time-lapse, but no matter how I do it, it just doesn't look good. There are some lamps that just don't look good, that you can't use as a lighting source. So yeah, I already picked me a new one, like 15 bucks, something classic lamp, something from IKEA, something like that. But it's flexible. It has a completely flexible kind of arm, and that makes it so much more useful when I'm filming the time-lapse videos. So yesterday evening I had another tick bite. I had another tick bite here on the arm. Really bad. This week I had a few, and it's not getting better. I just hope that now that the heat is coming in, it will kind of slow them down substantially. Yeah, this looks bad. This doesn't have a lot of pollen either. I don't know, we either have been a little early or a little late. Both is possible. Both could be. Yeah, I feel like this is this was a waste of time. It was a waste of time. No pollen. So I want to pollinate it, and I want to pollinate it with this one. So the cross will be Dessau, Lubivia, and I will use this one as a father. And yeah, it's a little bigger than this one. I want to try to get a bigger size. I also want to have, like, this has a nice color. Kind of difficult to show. Ow, 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 ow. It's really difficult with these guys. But yeah, there you can see it. This is really nice, and you could really use that for breeding. This could be definitely something, if we can get it into this flower, which is just one color, which is a little, like, by itself. This flower is like a tool. The hybrid can be great for producing something outstanding. But if you just look at it by itself, it's not so spectacular, you know? It's just one color. But it does that one color so well that it can be useful. If I can increase the flower size here and maybe get a little bit of that golden throat into this one, that would be great. I have already grown a few hybrids from these two, and they are really a good combination sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. So yeah, that's that. So then I wanted to see if we can maybe collect a little bit of pollen here. I will try to place it like this. Let me disinfect the brush again. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. I'm very happy about the flowers too. It's a great feeling being able to bring these in. I'm very proud that I can make this happen, and it's always a logistical, a huge thing for me logistically. Been doing a lot to prepare this, to get the desk here, but I enjoy it. You know, I see a lot of growth right now. So yeah, let's try to collect a little bit of pollen here, and I'm not sure if that will work. There is a little bit of pollen, but not much. I think we will get a few of the filaments that we will remove here, of the flower filaments in the throat here that are all over, so we can maybe get a higher concentration of pollen later on once everything has dried. And again, this is a hybrid called Muldestern. Unfortunately, that one broke off. I'm really frustrated, but that is how it sometimes is with the mussel thing that I have. From time to time, when I'm moving plants around, I drop them. It happens. And yeah, they will flower again later. They will start putting that energy into a second flower flush later on, and that's okay. That's good too. So let me open this thing up. That makes it a lot easier. Check it out. See, now you can remove everything that holds a little bit of pollen. Makes it so much easier to bag it up. And then in the paper bag, this will dry up. So later today, I will try to finish that time-lapse video with Bamboy. Until tomorrow, I will definitely film just time-lapse with Bamboy. And I'm not sure if I will continue to film it from 2 different angles. Right now, I film it from 2 different angles. I feel like that is sometimes nice to see when you have one camera in detail showing the flower opening up close by, like really close up, and then you have another view that shows the flowers opening from the distance, and that's how I set it up right now. But that makes it a lot of I have to combine material from 2 different phones, and I will have to constantly move files back and forth. It's really difficult, and I'm not sure how long I will take to cut it, to edit it. But I will try to do it fast because I need to get it off the phone. There will be so many flowers coming up, and I usually have to empty the phone every day. Like this morning, I spent 1.5 hours just emptying the phone that I'm just live streaming from. Thank you, Andrea. That one that I posted so far, like that big one, I really liked it. Was an amazing flower. I really enjoyed filming that one. And we will see how it goes. I wish it wouldn't be always that they are always flowering simultaneously, you know? I would love if I had a little bit more time to do them separately. There's so many beautiful ones and they could all be great. But right now I'm filming with 2 cameras. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Yeah, I'm constantly emptying the phone. Like I said, almost every day. So a time-lapse video, if I'm filming overnight, 10, 15 gigabyte per day. And yeah, you're constantly moving data. And that makes it so hard, you know? I basically have to film until the phone is full. Then I'm trying to cut it in a certain way that I at least have an edited version of it on the phone already. And then I empty it out, film the next stuff. Then I edit a little clip of that, you know, and later I put together all the clips that I have. And it's really a lot of work. I'm basically doing it, you know, like you're doing that in between when you're taking breaks and that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is, but this hybrid here, every year something happens to it, and I can't explain why. Maybe it's possessed, you know? Every year something happens to this flower, to this hybrid. The last 3 years, I believe. I have no idea why. But it's interesting just from a flower anatomy point of view. This is the pollen tube that basically transports the pollen down to the ovum. Yeah, and the stigma on top, this is the part that you have to pollinate. You just have to imagine the leaves, the petals around it. But yeah, that's basically what's happening, and that is all that's needed for having a successful pollination. So we might actually succeed here. Okay. So I'm disinfecting the brush again, and then we will see what we do. These here need to be pollinated. Yeah, I mean, it's enough that you don't really need the outer part of the flower. That is not really necessary to have a successful pollination. Okay. Yeah, I want to pollinate these here. Want to pollinate one. Let me see if I can get pollen here. There must be pollen. Come on, don't be so... Yeah, there's a little bit of pollen here. We can get a little bit of it. It's not much, but it should be enough for 1 or 2 pollinations. Okay. There's a plane that's flying over. I'm living close to an airport. They're constantly flying over during the day. It feels like they should be giving me something like a refund on the taxes or something like that. It's really loud. So I want to pollinate one of these here, but I haven't really decided what to use. I would love to use bamboy right now, but then I would have to go inside and get pollen again. But I feel like I'm leaning towards it, you know, having bamboy in a cross like that would be good, right? I mean, I would love to pollinate something like this with bamboy. That would be awesome. Seeing this flower here, the idea is, I mean, how can we improve it? That's the basic line of thinking that I have right now. And that one has a black throat, really nice. So we could pollinate it with Lobivia winteriana, because winteriana has a white or golden throat, you know, here. That could be something that we use. We could pollinate it with this one here. And yesterday we already pollinated the other one here, the red one, with that flower, with that hybrid. So we would have we would pollinate both sisters with the same pollen. That is something that we could do. I'm not sure. But yeah, I definitely I would love to use bamboy. Bamboy would be great. But yeah, I'm a little worried about this, like interrupting the time-lapse camera again. I don't know. I think I will leave one flower for bamboy. This one stays for bamboy and the others we will pollinate. Take care, Andrea. Thank you. I will just let it run. Take all the time you need. Make sure that everyone is safe, that little Jasper is safe, and Mrs. Biddles or something like that. I don't know what the name was, but yeah, I hope everything's okay with them. I want to look into the greenhouse. Maybe I have something big that is open right now. Okay, I have pollen of Telegonoides hybrid Ulf Meerbold. We can use that one. I'm not sure if we should, but we could. Ulf Meerbold was that one with the orange flowers. Big orange flowers, larger plant, looked like Sparianus. And really good. We could use that at least on one. Okay, let's pollinate. Yeah, let's pollinate this one with Sörensia telegonoides hybrid Ulf Meerbold. Okay. The reason is, for one, it would be a completely new type of hybrid. This is already a multi-hybrid. This is already a hybrid between Lobivia, Echinopsis, and Trichocereus. Very unique kind of flower. Yeah, and now combining it with something interesting that could be good, like a Sörensia telegonoides hybrid. Who knows what will happen? Could be interesting in both in regards to the body and in regards to the flower. The flower of that other one was orange and definitely twice as big as this here. So there's potential to increase the flower size. There's potential to increase the color of the flower. And yeah, and this has a nice black throat, beautiful black throat. You can see it. When I say black throat, I mean that circle down in center of the flower. That is really beautiful. So I want to put a label on it. If you love it, you should put a label on it, because otherwise you lose completely overview, and you will never know what the father of that hybrid was. So we will put labels on everything that we do now, at least in the case where there's enough space for labeling. Okay, here's another one of these labels, and we can reuse them later. You can write on them again. I'm not sure if I can erase the pencil, but maybe it works. We will see. Yeah, what was it? Ulf Meerbold. Telegonoides hybrid Ulf Meerbold. I would love to use that hybrid where the flower broke off for this one. I'm really mad that happened again. That's the kind of part where I'm really getting mad at myself for dropping stuff all the time. It is such an annoying thing. And also really debilitating. Like you're really feeling, you know, like when you're constantly dropping something, you don't really know how bad that feels until it happens. So I will put it on here. Ulf Meerbold, okay? Check it out. I want you to see. And this way you can keep track of all the parents. We gotta take time for everything here. Otherwise it will become a total mess, total chaos. I don't want that. We have to take the time it needs to do it right. So disinfecting the brush again. No, wait, not this one. It's this one. Okay, I need a new piece of kitchen paper. So later today I might have to continue filling up the pond. I really don't like how the pond looks like with all the algae. It really worries me. In the past, the pond was always in the darkness, and then there was never any kind of algae growing there, you know. But now that I cleared it in winter, it suddenly gets algae, and I might have to do something. Maybe I have to put in a pump, and I would hate that if I need to do that. I don't want that extra work and extra electricity cost and all that stuff. I'm really worried about that. Okay. So this is Lobevia winteriana, one of my favorite Lobevia, one of my favorite botanical Lobevias. Absolutely important plant. I would consider it essential, at least in my way of working. It is one of the species that I just sometimes try to, like when I do not know what to do with the flower, that one can sometimes bring out an interesting new direction. So yeah, I want to pollinate this one here. And the one that I'm pollinating, by the way, this is also a hybrid with Lobivia winteriana. So it's no surprise that it's flowering on the same day. Both open at the same time because of the genetic kind of the origin that comes from this species is still flowering on the same day. So I pollinated now. The idea here is basically to improve the flower, to kind of make it more interesting. And I feel like this kind of flower is great. It just needs a little bit something to spice it up. Something like a white throat, and right now it has a black one. And who knows what will happen when I put a white one on it. It might just fail. Pollination might fail, but maybe not. You know, we will see. So, okay. Lobivia winteriana, used as father for this Lobivia here. Yeah, and that's nice. I like it. I like what we, by the way, I really like what we do right now. The way we are working right now, I can see that. I can see myself doing that. And then we're creating something on the live stream. Then we're growing it. That actually has potential to be interesting, you know? Maybe people will one day have plants that we have grown here today. I love that kind of thinking. Okay, little hole punched through the thing, and then I will put a piece of wire together so I don't lose overview. And this kind of plant, we need to propagate that. I'm not sure which plant is which, but I should really propagate that. This is actually a decent hybrid. And that will be like that kind of thing, like when you suddenly have a bunch of plants that deserve to be propagated. I mean, I don't have a lot of space. We have to really look into this. Find a good way to do it, because I'm already not having a lot of space. This year I want to sort out. This year I want to sort out maybe 1/3 of the plants. Because for the future, I want to have more space for vegetables. I want to be able to grow more vegetables also on the live stream and that kind of thing. Thank you, Bear. Yeah, we will discuss that. There's so many plants that it gets hard to ship them, you know, but we will discuss it, okay? If there's good stuff that deserves to be around, I will make sure it's propagated so you guys can have a cutting, you know, here and there. Just need to find a good system that doesn't involve me sending 1,000 packages, you know. Also with the, like I said, the legal situation in the European Union is a mess when it's about just sending someone cuttings. They need to do some work to have that legal system changed. Otherwise, it's bad. Otherwise, people will not be propagating plants because they have to write a passport for every little piece that they have to give out. You know, that's one of the main issues that I have right now with. There was a time when I considered maybe I could put a little plant shop to my page where I'm selling a few cuttings here and there, but it was such a big bureaucratic nightmare that I kind of took distance, you know. And I feel like that's the kind of stuff where they are going wrong in the European Union, also in Germany. They have to realize that when they're doing that, they're creating a higher barrier of entry. And that means that the big companies that are always propagating the most common cultivars, those will have an advantage over the little ones, the little people that used to be able to do that without having to, I don't know, write 1 million passports for everything that you do. Not everything needs a passport. So Yeah, Lobivia winteriana. Okay. Okay. Good. Now next one. This one here. What will we do with that one? I like this orange one here. Check it out. Oops. Oh no, it's falling over. Ah. It's so nice to have Lobivia on the live stream, but it's also not easy to have so many of them. So check it out. This one here. I really like that one. We could maybe combine that with this kind of weird Lobivia winteriana hybrid. I don't know, maybe it could change the color in ways where there's more fading. Yeah, of course, but I'm no private person, you know? That's right. If I were, when people are private, nobody cares, you know? But a lot of the growers that I, like people like me, they are barely making money. They're just kind of financing the hobby. Every now and then they are selling something. They have a business, you know? But they are not selling in high quantities. I mean that, you know, once you are doing something commercially, and even if I'm just charging for the shipping costs, I would still have to write a passport. It's really wild. I find it wild. I find it a bad idea. They should kind of stop giving everything a passport. Saying that as a German, you know? Stop going crazy with the passports. Okay, yeah. I think we're using this because this has a kind of nice fading in the flower color. I'm not sure if you see it because the flower isn't fully open. This one isn't really open yet. Usually when I'm doing my videos, I put them in a warm greenhouse so they open up. But since I'm in the live stream now, I have just brought them in, and some of them, you know, so here they are opening somewhat okay, but not fully the way they would open if you have them at perfect greenhouse temperature. Every morning when I want to film, I move the Lobivia in the greenhouse so they open up. Passports are needed only from plants outside. If you are a commercial seller, you need to write passports. At least that's what they have in mind. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people who have no idea about that legal requirement, but I looked into this. They really want everyone who is selling a plant, and even if you're just charging the shipping costs within Europe, even within the country, even from Germany to Germany, you would have to write a plant passport. And you will see, like when you're buying stuff from a garden store, everything has some sort of a plant passport, something like that, some sort of a barcode. Everything has some sort of a number now, and they really want to force that. And I mean, it makes sense for large companies, but this is something that can be so destructive on the people who are propagating stuff, and they have a business just to cover the cost. And at that point, you have to spend so much time just generating a passport for every seedling, because these are different every time. These are different kind of hybrids and all. Have to give information about the family tree of everyone. Some of these have like 10 or 20 different parents involved in the family tree, you know? I'd rather not sell anything. I don't, you know, and that is what a lot of people will do. And then they will wonder why so many commercial cultivars have died out. Rare apples, that kind of thing, rare roses, rare cacti. The people that are propagating them, a lot of them, you know, have a little business and it basically funds the hobby. So I will get a little pollen here. Not with this one. This one. Yeah, look into it. I've been in contact with the organization that does that kind of stuff, and they were overwhelmed. They were really overwhelmed. I was asking them, they had no idea. Even that organization at the time when I asked them, that was a few years ago. So maybe it has changed by now. But even back then, they were already overwhelmed themselves with that kind of legislation. It's not only about making it, it's about enforcing it. And yeah, if they're not enforcing it, okay, good. But a lot of people listen to the regulations and just want to comply. Just please make an exception for small businesses. Otherwise, it's insane. And there are exceptions when you sell locally, okay? If you have, let's say you have a little desk that you put besides the roadside, and you sell something to people that come by, I think that is exempt. Like, that is the one exception to that kind of passport rule. Everything that you sell from person to person. I don't know why, but that's how they had explained it to me. And it makes no sense. They need to get rid of that. Really, they need. I mean, it's good that they are forcing the big nurseries to comply with stuff, but come on. Don't create a system where only the big ones can play. I have no employee or something like that. I'm just me, you know? And that adds so much additional bureaucracy, so much additional paperwork to the normal day. And by the way, in case they haven't noticed it, right now there's a strong push against the European Union. A really strong push against democracy in the European Union. These guys need to be careful that they're not giving all the good arguments to the critics, you know, because this is the type of stuff. If I would be a bad player, just trying to look for things where I can really criticize the other side for it, that is what I would hammer in. I would say this kind of legislation is bad for keeping rare plants alive, for not letting them go extinct. And yeah, they need to see that. They need to see that by doing that, they are giving so much ammunition to people who say, hey, they have completely lost all reason for the kind of bureaucracy that is part of, you know, normal life. This comes on top of all the tax stuff that you have to fulfill, you know, tax things you have to comply with. And I wouldn't even want to have to do with botanical seeds, you know, like botanical seeds. It will be so hard to produce the kind of paperwork that they want to see. I'm so glad that I have nothing to do with the seed business anymore, because they are pushing people out left and right. And what will happen is the other countries that don't have that kind of regulation, let's say the United States, let's say Australia. I mean, and again, they might have different regulation. I'm just saying the places that will not have these regulations will thrive, will have a thriving scene, while others have a lot of cultivars that come from big wholesale nurseries, and not that much that diversity that you have when you have many little people's, many little family-owned businesses able to kind of swim in the same kind of sea, you know. I just want to enjoy the plants. That is why I kind of never had any intention of having a nursery. There are so many things that you have to comply with, and no. No thank you. And there's like, in regards to, if you work very hard and you're very good, there's still a hard limit at some point because you only have so much manpower, you know. So having a nursery right now is really difficult. You can sell privately, you know. It's just not something that you can do with a business. I mean, you can still do it, you know. Like you might even still be able to do it personally, not in the business, but I think they really want to have like everything that involves online trade, online sale, needs a passport, I guess. So the moment you're putting something up for sale, and even if it's just for the shipping costs, it's time for the passport. Hey, Andrea. Hope everything's okay. Okay. I want to put a label on this one here. I'm very happy. I'm very proud about the live stream that we're doing right now. If you had told me that I would be able to do that at one point, I would not have believed it. This is really great. It's a huge challenge, a huge task to kind of plan this. And I'm just very happy how it works right now. The more it gets, the more we can maybe do more pollinations here. You know, that this is great. I really enjoy that. Because this is usually the time that I would pollinate, nonetheless, where I would pollinate anyways, you know. Right now, if I wouldn't film this, I would be pollinating or I would be filming. Okay. I hope that eventually we will get another flower on that one that broke off. I'm still mad at myself for breaking it off, but yeah, it happens. Unfortunately, it happens. I have gotten a little bit of pollen here, and I can use that on the next flower that is opening up here on the side. So we will do that. Yeah, right now the spot here is a little bit more in the shade. Yesterday when I was live streaming, the smartphone was overheating. I might not have been able to continue at the spot where I was yesterday. But I really like what I do here, like that spot, that's not bad. We are really in the middle of the forest, surrounded by birds, animals, all kinds of deer. Maybe we will get some visitors from time to time. Thank you. Okay, so now I want to move this one aside. Give me a second, then we will do Lobivia winteriana. Thank you, Pear. I appreciate it. I'm a mess right now, but I'm happy. I'm a mess, but I'm doing good. I'm happy with my, like, this is exactly what I wanted to do. Like when I was still live streaming from inside, maybe a couple weeks ago, I felt like I should have already gone out. But it's always difficult. Like I said, it's so much more difficult to control the live stream here. On the first day, we had the neighbor mowing, and we had really excessive mowing. And then the second live stream, there was the children in the background screaming intentionally, you know. So yeah. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. I just hope that it will pay off, you know, it will work out finally. I want to really have, I hope that in summer we will succeed a lot. Like this needs to blow up a little bit, and I hope it will happen, you know. There will be like when the time-lapse videos, when there are more and more of them, I'm sure people will go crazy. But yeah, I'm still a little bit, I don't know. In German we say, when they're saying like Angst vor der eigenen Courage, like fear of their own courage, you know. That's how they say in German. Like when it's finally happening and you see it happening in front of you, you do so much to prepare everything, and then when it's finally happening, it's like unreal a little bit. So what can we do with this one? What do you think? I want to pollinate this one. I want to pollinate the Lubivia winteriana beside me. Yeah, but not sure what to do. We could use this one here. We could try having a pollination. That would maybe be good. I like the flower here. This has really intense kind of color. So tomorrow we are live streaming horizontally, by the way, just so you know. Thank you, I appreciate it. I know that, like, I'm really happy about the kind of audience that I have, you know, because right now, if you look at what's going on social media, and how there's so much toxicity, and that is, so it's not really, you know, a lot of fan bases are not like that. So it's really great. I'm really happy about that. The kind of toxicity that you always have to have when you're doing something, I really dislike that. I often, when I'm reading the comments on social media, and there's so few topics where people don't argue, you know, or where there's no toxicity. Yeah, and when you're having, when what you do is something like this kind of content, it really helps. Thank you. Yeah, I think we will pollinate it with this one here by Markus Fagerer. That is a really, I think there could be, for one, this has Echinopsis in the family tree, so I feel like it could be compatible with this one. And this is a Pseudolobivia. This is a little different. This is a multi-hybrid with Echinopsis, but they could still cross. So we will try it out, okay? I will pollinate this one. This will be the father for this one, for the orange one, okay? And I will put a label on it. Yeah, and later today I will order all the stuff that I put in my shopping cart earlier today. Yeah, always happy when I get another order, because it allows me to then buy the stuff that I have on my list, you know. I always have a shopping list that I want to do. And in the future we will work with coconut fiber. I will order me 30 packs of coconut fiber. That will be our main medium for the future. Maybe mixed with pumice. I think about maybe adding 1/3 of pumice into the coconut fiber. But yeah, that's going to be the soil that we will experiment with next. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's really, like, it's nice here and it's shady. And there are a few more angles that I could try. Like there's the big tree behind, like On the left here is a big tree, the big oak tree that I could show. I could put the camera also in front of the greenhouse, or I could leave it here. I mean, this is a little bit more in the shade, and in summer this is going to be good. This is the one spot where I can still work in summer, early morning. Few hours later, it is unbearable. I usually try to do my pollination work early morning, and that's why so many of the videos are in the shade, so many videos and photos. But in the shade, it is easier to show the color the way it really is. That's why I like to film my stuff in the shade. If you're filming in too much sunlight, everything is overexposed and too bright. But here you can really see how the color looks like. If we would be sitting in the sun now, you would just be seeing a mix, something. Yeah, but I mean, you can always work on the set. I will experiment much. We will just see how it goes, like we do with the indoor live stream. If something works, we keep it. If something doesn't work, we get rid of it. Hey Marvi, what's up with the allergy? I have a lot of issues with allergies too. I know how it feels. So my condolences. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for the next 2 months, we will have to sort out. We will really sort out substantially. A lot of the plants that I have here right now are basically the staples of my collection, and they will stay no matter what. But there will be many that are flowering for the first time, and we will discuss them all. A lot of them need to go. Good. So this pollinated. Father is this one here. So then I wanted to discuss this one here. I need to try to get to the label. I don't know. I would love to see what the label is. Can't find it. Yeah, I mean, it's a pseudo-lobevia hybrid. Lobevia hybrid, something like that. Very small flower. This is something that I would sort out. Just seeing this one flower is already enough for me to maybe consider sorting them all out. I will put this aside, and hopefully I can get a few more flowers out of them. So I want to put this aside. I don't want to pollinate this. This is just too small. I don't want to start here. Color is okay, but this isn't really something that I want to keep. So I will try to see at least some more of them, maybe 3 or 4 more seedlings from this cross. And but yeah, this is telling me this might not be what I want to keep. So I will move that aside. Okay. Good. This one here. So let's pollinate these here. Need a fine brush. This is too fine. I need more brushes. Okay, I want to use this one, this one here as a father on this one, on Lobivia winteriana. Okay. Thank you. This is one of my favorite Lobivia. Let me turn it around so you can see it. Really nice. That is really a lot of contrast. Gorgeous flower. I love it. So I want to pollinate one of them. Okay. Running out of labels. Yeah, the color is absolutely insane. I hate that. Go away. Good. So, I'm smelling flowers. Everything smells like flowers. I'm sorry to hear. I have asthma too, and I'm using a spray against it. But it's gotten better over the years. Over the last years, I had so many other problems that the asthma problem just kind of realized it can't really make a big scene. So it kind of calmed down a little. So yeah, orange fading out. Okay. So, and with these little Lobivia flowers, it's really difficult to label them. If they fall over once, the label is often broken off, fallen down. So we're really trying to keep an overview here. Good, so this is the one here. Then let's use Leptacantha, Lobivia leptacantha. We'll disinfect the brush again. In between, I'm always disinfecting the brush. And I'm always making sure that the brush is dry again. Because if you still have disinfectant in the brush and you touch the flower, you know, it can make everything unviable. Okay. Lobivia leptacantha. And we will have to take cuttings from that one sometime soon too. It's really difficult to work for me. Like with the fine feelings, I don't have that kind of fine motor skills and all that. That is gone. That was yesterday. Different life. So, okay, I want to use this one as father on Lobivia winteriana. And I think we will use Lobivia winteriana as father on this one. And there is pollen. Check it out. This is a nice thing to have. When you have pollen, that's always good to have. Let me see. Okay. Yes, it would. It would make it unviable. If there's still, you know, if you still have disinfectant on the brush, it would probably make everything unviable. That's why I always wash it, disinfect it, and then dry it. I'm turning the brush to make sure that any kind of remaining liquid is gone. Okay, so I'll pollinate the one in center here with Lobivia leptacantha. I'm starting to really enjoy this, you know. This is exactly the right approach. This is exactly how I want my channel to be. Just sitting around in nature, doing flower stuff. And yeah, this is nice. I love this. I enjoy doing that very, very much right now. Feels like I made all the right choices to this point right now. Fact that I decided to do that, I'm so happy that I did it. And in the beginning, you know, like when you're starting something new, it's always tough. Like when you're doing something and there's, like when I got started, when you have one viewer or something like that, you know, but you have to do it. You can't really think about that. You can't think about the current view count, that kind of thing. It doesn't matter. If you deliver quality, it will be there on video and people will find it later, you know, that kind of thing. So it doesn't matter. Even like in the beginning when I did the live stream, like you instantly kind of see what kind of a potential this has. I'm very happy. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm at the right point, you know. When I was younger, I had so many regrets, you know. I was having a bad health, tough life, really tough. And I was so bitter, really bitter with the world, hated everything. And today, even after the divorce and everything, I'm so much more at peace with everything, you know, because everything brought me here. Like it was, all that was instrumental in bringing me on the air today. And that, yeah, that makes it good in the end, eventually. Thank you. Thank you, Pear. I appreciate it. There were times in my life, like that huge garden that we're just sitting in now, where it was getting too much for me. Like all that responsibility, owning something that you have to keep intact. It's a lot of responsibility. And for the first time, I really feel like, okay, this could be magical what we're doing here. If everything works out with a little luck, we could be doing great things here. Oh, do you hear it? There's a buzzard that just flew directly over us. They are making this loud sound. I hope it comes again. I hope you can hear it again later. They are amazing. They are flying over all day long here. We still have a lot of them. I can see them over there flying together. They are usually circling over the area here. And it's great that we still have so many of them. Okay, leptacantha. Okay, that is the father for this one. By the way, I wanted to say Facebook has suddenly started to show me again. I've been suddenly getting so many followers on Facebook. I mean, I'm posting more again. I have a lot of people on Facebook that like my stuff and I want to share it for them. So I'm not doing it for the platform, you know, but for the people who followed me over the years. I don't want to stop posting because I had a disagreement with the platform, you know. So I'm continuing to post, but I mean, a lot of the work goes on YouTube. I mean, if I have time, like yesterday, I think I uploaded 12 videos during the day. And that's good for YouTube. That's good for the channel. I wanted to say something. I hope it's not getting too much when I post. Right now, there are so many plants that are flowering at once. And yeah, I hope you guys kind of aren't overwhelmed with videos, because that will happen. Within the next couple months or so, there will be many videos. I will try to film them as often as I can. And yeah, I hope you guys, yeah, I hope it's okay. We will see how many it will be. I try not to post more than maybe 10 per day. Unfortunately, when you're a cactus breeder, during that time, that's when the flowering happens. Sometimes I had, when I posted the stuff over winter, because I didn't get to posting it in summer, people were complaining because I wasn't posting live. And in summer it can sometimes get too much. No matter what you do, there's always something that isn't perfect. Okay. Oh, by the way, I've seen that there are big birds directly besides here, and I think it's magpies. At first, I thought we might have a buzzard on the tree, but I've seen a few magpies flying around. Really love them. Thank you, Pear. Okay. Yeah. Now this one, I really want to pollinate that with something bigger, like this here. So we will use that one, okay? We will use pollen from this for the Lobivia leptacantha here. Okay. Yeah, and within the next days, we will take a few cuttings of this plant, and I want to root it in pumice, probably. Pumice or sand. Nothing organic. Really something more mineral. I can't pollinate it with this kind of brush. By the way, let me show that to you. The brush is a little bit too wide. This is a very slender kind of flower, very thin kind of throat. So I need to get pollen from a different brush. Something thinner that gets me in. Oh, come on. A little bit. Give me a little bit of pollen. You have it. Okay. Good. Pollination. Hopefully succeeded. Disinfecting the brush again. Okay. I don't know what it is, but now with the cactus flowers, I rarely get to actually doing something with the plants. I have so many plants here that I would love to water now. But yeah, I mean, we're not getting to it today. We will see. I might actually have to set up a second live stream if it continues to be like that. Maybe we're doing live stream for the flowers and we're doing live stream for the plants. Yeah, that could work. So, and I think from now on, this one here, I will leave it out. Not getting it into the live stream anymore, into the time lapse video anymore. I want to focus on Bamboy now for the rest of the week. Next 2 days, I want to film Bamboy, and then later we will decide what we will do next. I have a hybrid called Alagold that we could film, but Alagold is heavy, kind of heavy plant. I'm not sure if I can carry it into the house. We will see. Okay. So let me put a label on it. This is a nice place, guys. The only thing that I could use here is an ocean. A little ocean in the garden. Or something like access to an ocean. I would love to have that. Then everything would be perfect here. Yeah, get the kittens. Make sure that nothing is happening to them. I hope they are okay. I don't wanna don't want to keep you from having an eye on them. Okay. But this is really nice. I enjoy this. In the next days, I will build a nice video set here. We'll take a little. I might actually move some stuff into the greenhouses overnight. That's awesome. I would love to have that. I would love to walk around on the beach and look for megalodon teeth and that kind of thing, you know. Like when I was a child, I really enjoyed when we were on vacation, walking around the beach in the morning. That's a great feeling. I love that. And I would be walking around there all the time, looking for cool stuff, or maybe with the metal detector, looking for the good rings. And it could be great sometimes when you find a ring, you know, that you can, when you can find someone again, give them the ring that they lost maybe 20 years ago. That might be cool. So yeah, great to hear. Okay. Yeah, what could we do? So I collected pollen from this. There isn't really a lot of pollen to collect here. But check out how amazing this flower is. It's really good. Oops. I have the fine motor skills of a, I don't know. I'm just thinking about whether we should collect pollen or not. I think we will collect a little bit of, with the scissor, just getting a little bit of the filaments that we will remove, and put everything in a little bag here to dry the pollen later. Okay. By the way, I want to show you what I did today. Here, 2 bags of pollen, 2 bags of Lobivia pollen. Okay. No, I decided I will leave them. Okay, I want to take a few more photos of it. This thing just looks great. Like the The flower looks amazing. Maybe I will take a photo of it later. Okay, good. Yeah, I think we have reached the end of the live stream. Unfortunately, I haven't really done all the things that I wanted to do. But yeah, we will do that one by one. Maybe I'm doing more live streams now. Like I said, I might actually be doing shorter live stream. I will definitely do the one in the morning that I always do, and we will use it to pollinate mostly the lobelia flowers. But maybe there will be more. Like when I have the plants here, check it out, and I haven't really moved them all here yet, but I wanna bring them here so I can, so I have everything ready every morning. So we'll take a few more days until everything here has settled in. But I think we can stay here. This is a decent spot. I like it. We are literally surrounded by the forest, and that is great. I mean, there's barely anyone like that could bother us. So yeah, okay. So thank you guys. This was a great live stream. Thank you for always joining me here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great holiday today. I'm not sure if it's the same in other countries. In Germany, there's a holiday. A holiday called Pfingsten, I believe. Thank you, Per. Hope you have a great day. Wishing you all the best, everyone. Thank you for having been here. I would love to do longer live streams, and we might have to. So we will see in the next days. I will spontaneously decide how that can work. I always have to spend time with Mika and Kami in between, but maybe I can do a few more live streams later on, you know? And yeah, so there will be more. And we will also do grafting. I'm just waiting. I felt like maybe we have a few plants that I'm sorting out this year. Like when the flowers are disappointing, and we could use those as grafting stocks. So the moment we have a few disappointing flowers, we will do a few grafting streams where we graft on those plants as grafting stock. Okay? So thank you guys. I appreciate it. It was great. Tomorrow I might have a slightly different kind of angle, slightly different setup, but I think we have a good combination here. This is a nice thing that we got going, and I will do my part to make sure that we can continue like this. Thank you guys. Everyone, I wish you a great day. Thank you for always being here. It's a pleasure to do this right now with so many nice flowers. I actually can show you good stuff, you know, and that is a good feeling. There sometimes when you have nothing, you know, when you have no substance, it's very hard. It's very hard to do a live stream. It's very hard to do a video if you don't have the substance to back it up. And we have so much substance here that it's really a pleasure to do it. So thank you guys. I wish you a great day. I will be back again tomorrow or later. We will see. There will be many videos coming. Thank you guys. Until the next one. Have a nice day.